right, guys, today's lesson is on Chapter 1, Lesson 7. So in your notes, make sure you write 1.7 and write today's date. And your objective. Students will simplify expressions by applying the associative and commutative properties. Notice this says by applying those properties. That means you're going to use them when you're solving problems. And it'll be sometimes at your discretion whether you use them or not. And other times, the only way to solve a problem is to use a property. And then still yet other times, it might be a test asking you to show that you know how to use the property, okay? But generally speaking, when you're solving problems, it's your choice to use the property. And a lot of these properties you already use, we're just putting a name on them, okay? For the vocabulary, this is all I want you to write. Again, I'm just going to highlight everywhere where I want you to write, okay? So, for this one, I want you to write the commutative property, whoops, that's a crooked line, of addition. And I want you to write A plus B equals B plus A. Then on the bottom, I want you to write commutative property of multiplication. There we go. And the example, A times B equals B times A. So commutative. Commutative means you can change the order and it's still going to net you the same result. So, regardless of what numbers these are, when I add in any order, I still get the same result. 4 plus 8 is 12. 8 plus 4 is 12. When I multiply, I get the same result. 8 times 4 is 32. 4 times 8 is also 32. That's the commutative property. Okay, pause if you need to, wherever you need to in the lesson, pause and write down what you need to write down. Next screen, we have the associative property. So the associative property of addition says that it doesn't matter what order you add in again or how you group numbers together. So you can group A and B together here and add C. Or you can group B and C together here and add A. And you are still going to get the same result. Those will be equal. The same is true of multiplication. The associative property of multiplication says I can group A and B together here and multiply them and then multiply by C. And I'm going to, on the other side of the equation, group B and C together instead and multiply by A. And I'm still going to get the same result. They'll be equal. Okay? Using the commutative property. On this one, I want you to write, find the area. I want you to draw a picture of our rectangle. Label the width and the length. Write the formula. Area equals length times width. Substitute L for the length, 23. And substitute W for the width, 17. And then that's equal to 17 times 23. Why? Why are those equal? Because what multiplication is, it's repeated addition. So you're going to get the same result if you add the number 23 17 times as if you add the number 17 23 times. Either way, you're going to get the same result. For using the associative property now, I want you to show that 13 plus 8 plus 25 with the 13 and 8 grouped together is the same as 13 plus 8 plus 25 with the 8 and 25 grouped together. So what you're going to write here is 13 plus 8 grouped together plus 25 is equals 13 plus 8 plus 25 with the 8 and 25 grouped together. That's what I want you to write here, okay? Then I want you to write the solutions so that you can see, regardless of which way I do it, you're going to yield the same result, get the same answer. So this side of the equation is done here. And this side of the equation is done here. So I want you to write down 13 plus 8 plus 25 equals 21 plus 25 equals 46. Because 13 plus 8 is 21. And over here, you're going to write 13 plus 8 plus 25 equals 13 plus 33, which is still 46. Because 8 and 25 is 33. And when I add it to 13, I get 46. Next, justify your answer. And I do want you to write this. Just write the problem. 43 plus 68 plus 57. And now let's justify each step. What should I do first? Hopefully from your previous lesson in the order of operations, what do I do first? Always parentheses are first. So let's work with the parentheses. 68 plus 57. Add those together. So 68, this is write the problem. So write the expression. We do that first. Now let's add parentheses first. So in the parentheses, we're going to add 68 plus 57. Okay? 8 plus 7 is 15. Carry the 1. 6 plus 5 is 11. Plus 1 is 12. So 125. Plus 43. Now what do we do? Now we add 43 plus 125. Okay? So 43 plus 125. 5 plus 3 is 8. 2 plus 4 is 6. 1 plus nothing, 1. 168. And that's our answer. And you should have been writing with me, so just to make sure, you should have this written. You should have this written. And of course, you should have the answer with the justification. So on the left is the answer, on the right is the justification for each one of those steps. Now our guided practice. For the guided practice, you don't have to write name the property shown. I just want you to write the problem and what property it's shown. So I want you to write number 1 in the problem, and then I want you to tell me what property that shows. Okay, so think about it. In the first part of the equation, we have the 8 and 4 grouped together, and then in the second part, we have the 3 and 8 grouped together. So we changed the grouping. What property is that when you change the grouping with parentheses? Hopefully, you said, whoops, hold on guys, let me erase that. Okay. Hopefully you said the associative property of multiplication. Number 2. Again, just write the problem. This time, even though you do have parentheses here, the parentheses are just used to show multiplication here, so there is really no grouping. Okay? This one's just trying to trick you with the parentheses, but let's really look at the order here. We have 3 times 8 on the left, and then 8 times 3 on the right. So what property is that? Hopefully you said the commutative property of multiplication. Number 3, 4 plus 7 is equal to 7 plus 4. Again, just write the problem. And this should be the commutative property of addition. Number 4, 8 plus 9 plus 7, where the 9 and 7 are grouped together. Or 8 plus 9 plus 7, where the 8 and 9 are grouped together. So here we have the 9 and 7 grouped together, and here we have the 8 and 9 grouped together, different groupings. So different groupings are the, hopefully yes you said it, associative property of addition. Number 5. Again, write the problem. And here we have our 6 and 9 grouped together on the left. And then on the right, we have the 9 and 11 grouped together. Since we changed the grouping with parentheses, it's the associative property of addition. Number 6, we changed the order of the addition. So we have the commutative property of addition. Number 7. Whoops. Apologize. Number 7, we changed the grouping. If you look in the parentheses here, 25 and 10 are grouped together. If you look in the parentheses here, on the right, 10 and 10 are grouped together. Since we changed the grouping, it should be the associative property of multiplication. Okay, next one. Oh, sorry. There's only one more, number 8. Okay, so number 8, 19 times 10 equals 10 times 19. This is multiplication, so you know it's a property of multiplication. And which one, associative or commutative? Hopefully you said commutative. Okay, property of multiplication. That is it for today, folks. Yay, I got it in under 12 minutes. You guys have a nice night, and we'll see you tomorrow.